blooming. Anyway, it's all about the shoulders tonight by special request. Shoulders, a bit of upper back, but a lot of mobility for your shoulders. And then you know me, I like to multitask. So there's lots of exercises that are going to work several bits of your body at the same time. And if you know anybody who's on Facebook, send them onto Instagram for me. I have to do my disclaimer. I can't see you. I know that a lot of my regulars are here and a lot of my real expert regulars are here. So I have to make the exercises harder for them. But I always give you the easy option first. And if you're new to my class or you're new to Pilates or you have any injuries, well, if you've got any injuries, go home. But if you feel okay to do it, do what you can. Nothing should hurt. If it hurts, you're overdoing it. So miss that out and just do some nice stretches or do something we've already done that you liked. But definitely do not hurt yourself because I can't see you. So it's my disclaimer. It's your body. You've only got the one. Look after it. Okay, so that's my disclaimer. Right, we are doing some HIIT. And I know lots of you love it, and I know lots of you have done this before. So I am doing this for my absolute regulars who are hardcore, let's be frank. So if you find something here, oh heck, if you find something here that you don't like, or you can't actually keep going because it's too hard for you, which, let's be honest, it probably will be, then I want you to rest. And rest means this, just shake, shaky, shaky, shaky. Okay? We're really having trouble today, aren't we? My Tabata timer doesn't want to play. Here we go. Now, this is tough. We are doing 8 sets. You might be able to see the timer. 8 sets. It's 30 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. So, you know, it's a bit tough, but they're good at it. So, here's the timer. You'll hear it for sure. If you don't, and we're doing that first, by the way. So we're doing the, set your watches, girls and boys. We're doing the Tabata first because it really warms us up, and I am actually a bit cold. So you've got 10 seconds to have a think about it. What it's all about is this. Can you see my arms? It's about patting the floor. Patting the ceiling, patting the front. Here we go, pat the floor. So from the side, this is what it looks like. My arms are strong and long. My neck is lengthened. My shoulders are down and back. It's a killer, I'm afraid. Your arms will kill, but it's really good for you. Okay, keep patting the ground. So what you'll see is I haven't got too much wobble here from my bingo wings, and the reason I haven't is because my arms are really stretched and strong, even down to my fingernails. Okay, so that's really easy, isn't it? You wait. 10 seconds rest. And this time we're patting the ceiling. Patting the ceiling. I might turn those lights off. You keep going. It's slightly better. It's good on my phone, on Instagram. Actually, I haven't got Facebook back. So we are only on Instagram. So mine are aching already, I don't know about yours. Okay, the next one is patting the front of the room. Okay, if you need to miss one out or stop early, it's up to you. But I've still got my shoulders down and back. There's a tendency to want to creep up. Keep them down and back. Keep that core engaged. Remember, cough, bring it in. Patting the front of the room. Patting the front of the room. Patting, patting, patting. Oh yeah, aching, aching, aching. Nice and warm now. Okay, rest. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. And this is the hardest one. We are patting the back of the room. So you're really using these upper back muscles here, all the shoulder muscles. No shoulders up around your ears, keep them down. No arch back, keep your back neutral spine. So all day today, the internet's been on and off, on and off, on and off. Not been able to send emails. Oh, okay, so we know about that now, don't we? But you're halfway through. That's a good thing. So again, patting the floor. Patting the floor, patting the floor, patting the floor. Still got my core engaged. How about your pelvic floor? How have you got your pelvic floor lifted? Seven. I don't know if you can you see the counter? Oh, shake them off. Whatever it is you need to do, do it. Still haven't got Facebook. Patting the ceiling. And when we've done this, we are 75% through. Only 25% to go after this one. Still got the arms strong, 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 all the way down to your fingertips. 5, 4. Oh, killer. I did say it was a toughie, didn't I? But here we go, look nice and stretchy, stretchy, stretchy. Now we're patting the front of the room. Are your arms still in line with your shoulders? Have a quick look. Neck still lengthened, arms, shoulders. Now they're trying to creep up. Keep them down and back. Chest is open. Breathe, 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 breathe. And smile. 6. Hey, look at that. Only 30 seconds work left. Crikey. But it is the hardest. Whoops, sorry, I should do the hardest one first, shouldn't I? Really, come on, come on, come on. 25 left. Just keep going, keep going. You get a big rest in a minute. Keep it going, keep it going. 20. Wow. 11. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're still with me, well done. Right, you need to circle your... Oh, wow. That's bad. We haven't got to do any more hit. That's just your rest, don't worry. Well, if you stuck with that, I know my regulars will have done, especially the girls, because they're better. But if you manage to stick with that, flipping well done. Because I know how tough it is. So really, right, let's just lots of stretching. Circling the shoulders, just to bring them back into the living. Oh, smashing. Well done. Right, well now I'm not on Facebook. I am actually going to move that camera and have it up there. Is that better? Oh, Mike wants to be my... Oh, if I'm going to look at his ceiling again. So I've got somebody here who wants to go live with me. Any of you can come live with me. I love it. But the only problem is, I don't want to be looking at the ceiling. Hello.
Hello. Leave it there because last time you did that, I lost all sound.
But now I'm doing that and I'm looking at a wire. So
that's fine.
I can't even see you. So it's up to you to look after yourself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right. Now we have to go back to the beginning because I know we have this new lady with us tonight who's dead keen. And I want to say a big hi. Hi, I see you now, Julie, lying on the floor. So, as with all Pilates classes, we have to set up, we have to get the posture right. When the posture's right, all those niggles, the backache, the shoulder ache, the neck ache, the hip ache, they all tend to just go away. You can go away.
Watching, because he thinks he can go to see me.
I heard that. Somebody swore then. There we go. Ah, right, neck lengthened. Grab that little bit of hair in the middle of your hair and pull it up towards the ceiling. Take your shoulders down and back. Now, we're not down and back like this with your chest. It's not supposed to hurt. You're just down and back, as though you're trying to get your shoulder blades down into your pockets of your jeans. Now we want a neutral spine. Tip your bum out. Now, those of you with backs, and I know there's some of you there, with your backs, I know that this is really good for you. Now, if you have a bad back, you might only be moving, just come a bit closer so you can see, you might only be moving this far. But this far is better than no far. However, now make that movement smaller and smaller till you stop in the middle, and that's your neutral spine. And all the other things I ask you to do, you do it with that neutral spine. So no arching of your back, because that's really bad for your discs, and no tilted pelvis, because that's really bad for your back. Okay? Now we want to think about the breathing. We're going to breathe into our ribs. So if you put your hands on your rib cage, fingertips are together, take a massive inhale, and because we're going to hold the core in, just cough and bring your core in. So it goes from here to here, and that's it. And you've got to hold that for the whole class. And now, while you're doing that, breathe into the ribs. And if you see my fingertips come apart, and exhale. So it's in for 4 through the nose, and out for 4 through the mouth. So it's in, out. And you need to keep that breath rate going the whole time. Okay, it's not much to ask, is it? Finally, the pelvic floor. It's inside. We've all talked about it so many times. Lift it up inside. Imagine it's a lift without screwing your toes up, which is what people do. I do as well, did. Now lift your pelvic floor all the way up inside. And now lower it all the way down. So you've got the handle of that, a massive amount of movement. Now lift it up again. Halfway. Somebody's just sent me a message. And halfway down. Hi, Dave. Oh, I've got loads of people. Hello, everybody. So glad to see you all. Okay, so now you're set up. Let's just start mobilizing the body. Now, you should be quite warm because of that nasty little hit that we did. Right, just inhale. Exhale, turn the face to one side whilst keeping the shoulders down and back, and bring it back on the breath. And off to the other side on the breath. So it's half a breath, move, half a breath, move. I can't come and wave at you all because then I have to move forward. Keep that movement going all the way. So, Jilly, can you hear me now?
Yes.
If I turn you off, can you still hear me? No, not turn you off. If I knock your screen off, can you still hear me?
It went, well, the sound went off last week. When you did.
Okay.
I don't know why it's doing that, why I'm joining it.
I don't know. It's got to be your settings because you're now taking up half my screen and, yeah, I can't shrink you.
Well, you can turn it off, honey, because I can watch you. I know what you're doing.
And you can hear, well, I want you to hear me.
Okay.
So I'll turn you off, and then if you can't hear me, request again, and I'll bring you back on. Okay, here we go. Lovely this is. Shoulder movement, shoulder movement. Now change direction. So this is really lovely. And if anybody has any upper back, neck or shoulder issues, this is what you need. And often your neck might be hurting, but you actually have a problem in your shoulder, or you might have a problem in your back, but it's your neck that's showing the pain. Or the other way around, you keep doing it, or the other way around where your hip might be hurting, but actually you hurt your back. So you need to address all these issues, and if it always helps to be doing things like this anyway. I presume you can still see me. Hi Emma, hi Sue. Right, now we're going to make that, now our arms have come back to the land of the living, we're going to now circle the arms. Now remember what I say, every time you do an exercise you do a small one first, and then you go as big as you want to, but without any pain. So if you are going like this and it hurts, don't go like this instead, okay? I know it sounds simple, and you're not competing with anybody because nobody else can see you. Oh, I love that. Now I can hear everything creaking, but I know it's not painful, and I know there's nothing wrong. Okay, now I'm going to reverse that, so we come back and do a small one here. And then as big as you like without any pain. Now remember, we keep the neutral spine, so we're not arching our back, we're keeping that neutral spine. Core still engaged. You keep moving when I'm stopping to talk. Okay, now we know about proprioception, do we? Proprioception is knowing where your body bits are in relation to your other body bits. So can you take one arm forward and one arm backwards? That is knowing where your body bits are going. Now you have neural pathways that go from all your muscles to your brain and back and change, just when you've got used to it. And so if you don't use these neural pathways, they shut down. And you've got to keep them open. So you've got to use them. So even if you're failing at this, lots of people end up doing backstroke. It doesn't matter. Eventually you'll practice. And one good thing to think about is a clock. So imagine I'm a clock and this is 12 o'clock. Now I'm going to go to quarter past, half past, quarter to, o'clock. Same again. Think of it like that and then smooth it out. Another way to do it is when you walk, your arms swing, don't they? Now make that swing more and more exaggerated until you get to the top and go over. That's another helpful one. Right, now let's go down a little bit. So I know there's people here with bad backs. So we're just still got our neck lengthened. We're not leaning anywhere. We're still facing the front with our hips. So if you notice now, I'm just swirling my hips round like this, as though I've got a cup of coffee and I'm stirring it. I'm still keeping my core engaged the whole time. Still got my shoulders down and back and my core and pelvic floor lifted. We do have, especially my age, a lot of pelvic floor issues, and I do a whole workshop on that. But if anybody's got any questions, please come see me in confidence and I can help you. Now, if it doesn't hurt as big as you like. So when I had my bad back several months ago, I am convinced I got over it really quickly just because of this, Pilates. And because change direction but do small first. Because I didn't push it. I wanted it to heal, but when something is broken, you have to keep moving it unless you've been told not to. I mean, if you actually had a car crash and broke your back, of course, that's something completely different. But most of us just have general lower back pain, or you might have slipped a disc. And even if you slipped a disc, your physio would still say keep moving, even if all you're doing is this. Because what happens, keep going, if you don't keep moving, all your muscles shrink. And then when you're fit again, your back's fixed, your muscles have gone. So now, instead of using the muscles, everything is working on your spine, and then you'll be back to square one. So you've got to keep the muscles strong, strengthen them to support your back, okay? I'm just going to go down to the side and back. And when I'm doing down to the side, look, I'm not leaning forward at all or leaning back at all. I'm just literally as though I'm in between two panes of double glazing. So I'm presuming, Jilly, keep going. Presuming you can see me. Hi, head. Hi. Okay, some new people I've never seen before. Oh, Jilly, you can see me, I presume. Yes, all good with sound. Brilliant. Fantastic. I just feel for all those on Facebook. It's dead. All right. Now we're going to do something for the shoulders. I'll come a bit closer so you can see. If you push the palms of your hands together in prayer, now we want to try and lift the elbows and down. So lift the elbows and down. How does that feel? Because we're going to be doing some work on our wrists as well, because we're shoulders and everything. So I've still got my neutral spine. I'm really pushing really hard against my hands, but I'm going from down here to here. So what happens with a lot of people my age and younger, gotta say, because we don't do anything with our wrist in this position, when you suddenly want to learn press-ups or plank, it hurts your wrists before it hurts anything else. So we do need to keep them mobile, and we've got to keep stretching them. Now interlink your fingers. There we are. And change direction. So now we're stretching the fingers out and mobilizing the wrists. Lovely job. Okay, so to practice that, we're now going to do a balance because we do a balance every class. This one is going to be tree pose. So your tree pose, if you're new to Pilates, keep your toe on the floor. Sort yourself out your posture-wise, core engaged. If you keep your core engaged, squeeze your bum, you've got more chance of balancing. Hands in that prayer position again, and that's tree pose. Now a lot of you will be here with your foot on your calf, and some of you might be here with your foot up here, and some of you can do half cobra. Not cobra, whatever it's called. I can't. This is my best shot. And then you get your balance, and then you squeeze those hands in like I did, and then practice this same thing. Or you can go up here, and now I'm squeezing my arms back. I'll show you from the side. This is what my arms are doing from the side. So I'm in my tree pose, and then I'm taking my elbows back. What that's doing is strengthening these upper back muscles and stretching the front muscles. And that's what we need, because we do spend an awful lot of time driving the car, on the computer like this. And these muscles get weak and these muscles get shrunk. So we're addressing that to set the balance up. Okay, come down as gracefully as you can. And of course we have to do the same the other side. So I have to lift my leg. And I should stop looking at you. And then I go into prayer. So I could be squeezing my elbows here or here. So have a think. Is your bum squeezed? Is your pelvic floor lifted? Is your core engaged? Are your shoulders actually going back? Can you still smile? And don't fall, just make it as graceful as you can. I meant to do that. Okay, well done. Right, we're going to do one more standing up for the shoulders, and this is mega, this one. It looks so easy, and it's such a small movement, but by gum it hurts. So I've got my shoulders down and back, and I've got my hands strong and long, if you can see, strong and long here. And all I'm going to do is cross them behind me without them lifting at all. Keep them down and back, and cross them. So from behind, it looks like this. So I'm trying to fold in half down here. So I want you to do 10 of those. One, you've probably done 10 by now. And then relax. Shake it off. We're going to do a few of these. Who's here? Okay. And again, 10 pulses. You can really feel this, can't you? And again, it's doing the same thing. It's stretching these muscles and strengthening these. 10 and rest. Do what you need to do. And again, right, arms are long and strong, shoulders are down and back, take the arms behind. Oh, hello. We have our visitor. Have you seen her? She's a bit fat, she's preggy. I didn't mean to say that. No, she's not. And relax. Could we manage one more? Got more people joining me. Hi. Okay, last one. So for those people just joining me, I don't know who you are. I can't see you. So please be very careful that you don't hurt yourself. There we are, shake it off. I don't want anybody to hurt themselves. Pilates should not hurt. It should be hard work, and you will feel a bit pooped, but it's never supposed to hurt. So if it's hurting, stop immediately. Okay, now we can actually lie down. I'm going to stay standing to show you what you're doing, but you're lying on the floor on your back. If you need to lift your knees to make it more comfortable, that's absolutely fine. So you're actually down on the floor like this or like this, and your arms are out to a T. And then you bring them at right angles. So what you actually look like, you're lying down like this. And hopefully, if you're supple enough and your shoulders have got enough flexibility and mobility, you will have all of this on the floor. Now, a lot of people won't. They will have all of this on the floor, but big gap here. So you're trying to relax into the floor. If you are lucky enough to have the whole lot on the floor, then I want you to inhale, and as you exhale, slide your hands along the floor and back. And remember, don't forget my experts. You could be doing this on the wall if you still want to work a bit harder. But for the people on the floor who are not used to my classes and who maybe new to Pilates, this is just quite relaxing. It opens up the chest. So you're going up and down. Now, if your arms aren't on the floor, as I said, or you've got this big gap here, then just relax, relax, relax. And then eventually your arms might just relax enough to sink into the floor. So we're going up on the breath and down on the breath. This is your rest, by the way, because we've got a bit of a toughie next. But it is all about the shoulders. So the thing is, I remember when I first joined the gym many years ago. Hang on, let's change you over now. So now imagine this is pinned into the floor. So we're in this position still on the floor. Now lift the palms up, keep that elbow pinned to the floor and bring your hands back towards the floor the other side as far as you can without any pain. Do not force it. So it's mobility from here to here or wherever you are. And again, if you're on the wall, you're up here and you're bringing your hands down. So I remember going to the gym and my trainer said that he was pleased with how strong my shoulders were because lots of women don't work on their shoulders, and then when they, if they were attacked, he said they're not strong enough to fight an attacker. And that really stuck with me, so that's why I work my shoulders. So if you were doing this at the wall now, it would be really, you'd be like this. Oh, and on the floor, it should be quite restful. Enjoy it, because the next bit's killer. I'm just coming up to see who's here, to my fam. Ah. Charming. Charming. Right. Shake them off, shake them off. We are now going to do press-ups. Now, oh my word, press-ups are so difficult, but that everybody can do a press-up. So first of all, I am just going to move the camera to show you me up against a wall. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So here's a wall. I am going to lean on the wall with my hands, and as long as, so my bum is tucked in so I'm in a straight line. My hands, if you look, are about face height. No arching of the back, and definitely no sticking the bum out. So from here, lean into the wall. You're also getting a really good stretch all down the back of the legs. So you lean into the wall, keeping your elbows close. So your elbows are like this, not like this, like this. And they brush the side of your ribs. So this is a press-up, and it's a good press-up. And because we're doing Pilates, not gym work, you know, you see lots of people going, oh, I can do 50 press-ups. No, we're doing them. Inhale, exhale down. 4. And inhale up slowly. Now, if you're doing them, if you're a little bit stronger, you could go somewhere lower down, like here. So you could be doing them here. So it's up to you. Or if you want to move to the floor, I have to move the little what's the name back. If you're doing your press-ups on the floor, you can do them with your knees on the floor, like this. And you take the chest down and back up in a straight line. So in other words, it's not like this. This is not press-up. This is a press-up. Okay, and I know you've worked really hard already, but I have to show everybody. And I know some of you know already, the ones that come to me regularly know that then the next level is up here. There is a halfway house. So we're going down slowly and up slowly. Halfway house is when you can't get back up. So you go all the way down slowly, put your knees on the floor and push yourself back up. Now I've just given you so many press-ups, keep going. I've given you so many press-ups there. There's got to be one you can do. one for everybody. So even if you're new to it and you're starting at the wall, and then you get better, so you move there, and then you get better, so you do it on the floor but on your knees, then you do the halfway house, and then you do the full press up. And even if you only do 2 full press ups and then go to halfway house, it doesn't matter because it's your workout for your body. Okay, I'm just going to do some now, so keep going. The rest you need is here in child pose, which stretches your back the opposite way. And if you're not ready for a rest yet, keep going. Down for 4 and up for 4. Down for 4 and up for 4. Down for 4 and up for 4. Rest if you need to. Okay, I'm going to do one more. And now what you've done there is you have worked all your back, your bum, your core, all of your shoulders, your chest. You deserve a rest. If you don't need a rest, carry on by all means. Now I'm rocking from side to side because it's really lovely. Rocking. Hey. Right, we're going to do some seated ones now, 2 seated ones. Again for the shoulders. Those of you who have bands, use them, but you don't need them. Don't need them. So, here we are. If you can sit upright, like this, that's brilliant. So, in other words, my pelvis is upright. If you can't sit upright, all it means, don't worry about it, all it means is your hamstrings are tight. And let's be honest, we've all spent that long sat on our bums during this flipping lockdown. I wouldn't be surprised if everybody's aren't tight. But if they are, and also just sit on a cushion. Get a cushion and sit on it, it raises your bum and just helps a bit. So I'm going to have that around my neck ready. And I can very easily, I actually find this quite comfortable. I could stay here for a long time. And then if you also find it comfortable, I want you to flex your feet. So these are pointy, these are flexed. So that's now giving me a nice stretch. So I'm working that, working my inner thighs, working my core to stay upright, working my hip flexors. Now let's get on to the shoulders. Prayer position first. We're building up to it. So I've got my fingertips on my chin and my thumbs on my sternum. Shoulders down and back. Inhale, and as you exhale, turn to one side, but don't lift or move at all off the centre line. So we're staying on that centre line. And off to the other side. Imagine you've got a 20-pound note under each cheek and you've got to keep it there. And off to the other side. Now, I know that my regulars have already moved on, but anybody who found that incredibly easy and can realise that this chin has to stay in line with this sternum. So what that's doing is stopping you turning your neck. So you're turning the whole body, not your neck. Now you can try it with your arms long and strong out here. I can just see my fingertips, so they're not back here, they're here, and they're level with my shoulders. Now inhale, and exhale, and back. Inhale, and exhale, and back. So then, those of you that have got bands, and those of you who want to work your shoulders even harder, can have the bands stretched across the back. All right, the next level, for those of you who know me, is pulsing here. 3 pulses, and back. And then for the rest of you who are my hardcore, we're going to do a whole minute on each side. Okay? Are you with me? We're off. So I'm staying here, pulsing for a whole minute. I'm not leaning at all. I've got both bums on the floor. So I'm using my waist. I'm using my legs again, a really good stretch. But now I'm really using my shoulders. And what I'm doing is trying to keep my shoulders back so that with this band, so that it's, again, working those upper back muscles. Using your shoulder muscles badly. Do you also know that the shorter the band, the harder it is? So if I found that too difficult, I could lengthen the band, and that makes it easier. But if you want to make it harder, you can lengthen the band. Okay? So I'm staying here, pulsing for a whole minute. I'm not leaning at all. I've got both bums on the floor. So I'm using my waist. I'm using my shoulders. And what I'm doing is trying to keep my shoulders back so that with this band, so that it's, again, working those upper back muscles. Do you also know that the shorter the band, the harder it is? So if I found that too difficult, I could lengthen the band, and that makes it easier. But if you want to make it harder, you shorten the band. So it's again, it's your workout. 7, 6, 5, 4. Ow, 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 ow. There we are. Minute up. Well done. If you did that with me, well done. So now, of course, we have to do the other side. So those of you who aren't doing that, you now shake your legs in. Shake them out. Rest when you need to, but otherwise, we're going to do the other side. Okay, pulse, pulse for a whole minute. Keep breathing, keep your core engaged, floor lifted. I'm really using my waist now as well. My legs are getting a really good workout, but it's mainly my shoulders. Can't be long now. Keep breathing. Smile if you can. There we are. Well done. If you did that with me now, well done. So shake the shoulders off. Stop the clock. You need to do this for your legs, don't you? Right, now sit anywhere you like comfortably. So you could be sat with your legs bent like this, whatever. Hello, George. Poor old George. It's definitely a nut job. Hello. Right, this one is called the dumbwaiter. Hello. And anybody who's had shoulder problems, your physio will give you this to do. Now, if you've only, obviously we don't hurt both shoulders, you could tie this up to something that's not going to move and do one side. But it's called the dumbwaiter. So you have your hands out in front, shoulders down and back, and then you just take your hands out to the side, keeping your elbows in, stop it, keeping your elbows in, and then bring them back. So when we were up here, we were doing the upper shoulders, upper back. Now we're doing the rotator cuff. The children here. So you notice how my elbow's sticking to my body. So what I've noticed is this side, I can't go quite as far as the other side. And then if you've got the band, again, the shorter the band, the harder it is. So I'm going to start with a wide band, a long band. So again, if you had a rotator cuff injury, this will definitely be one of the exercises your physio will have given you. I say, if you've got one hand that's worse than the other, you would tie this arm to something and then just work the bad hand. But you can't go lopsided, so you have to work both. Keep that movement going. So not only is this working your rotator cuff, but again, it is strengthening these muscles at the back that have lengthened and gone a bit slack like that. Rest when you need to. I wish I could wave at you all, but if I do, I have to get up and move towards the phone, and I'd rather stay here and carry on with you. Okay, I'm going to do 10 more, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Superb. Cool. That was hard. Right. We're now going to do shoulder bridge. And because we're working on the shoulders, this is going to be a really relaxing mobility exercise for your shoulders. But And you can do this line, if you don't want to do bridge, I'm not trying to force you, but I know, you know, if I make it too easy, everybody's going to wander off, but with boredom. So I have to make this is billed for my regular clients, and the rest of you are just hopping on, I'm afraid. So, shoulder bridge if you want to, but if you don't, you can stay here. If you've got back issues, you can stay here. What you're going to be doing with the arms is inhaling, and as you exhale, you're taking them up and over and aiming towards the floor. Okay, but let's do shoulder bridge as well, shall we? So you inhale and pelvic tilt, and exhale and lift your bum off the floor and take it high until you're in a ski slope position. And then while you're there, we're staying there to do the arms like this. And I'm actually going to do another minute. Okay, if you, honestly, I don't know who you are or where you're from or what your history is. So if you, as soon as you need to come down, you come down, bring one knee into the chest, bring the other knee into the chest and roll around. And then if you want to, you can rejoin us. But this is what we're doing now for my lovely, lovely experts. They're not all experts, by the way. Some of them have only been with me a few weeks before lockdown. Oh, my bum's starting to shake now from using it so much. So you're using now your hamstrings, you're using your calves, but not as much. You're using your bum and your back, and you're doing a lovely, lovely mobility with the arms. The arms, there we are, you've done a minute. Fantastic. Stop. We're going to do that one more time. Pull one knee into the chest, other knee into the chest, and roll around on your spine. Right, we're going to do one more minute. Feet down to the floor. So again, don't forget, you work as hard as you want to and as hard as you can without hurting anything. So, ready? Building up to shoulder bridge. Please note that I've got no weight on my neck at all. In fact, look, I can even lift my head. All the weight is on my shoulders. Keep that bum squeezed up. Again, if you want to make it more difficult, put your feet together. But if you've got your feet together, it's cheating unless you've got your knees together as well. So you've got to have your knees together and your feet together, or not. And again, if you want to take it up a level, you can go onto your tiptoes. But watch out, because what will happen then is you get cramp there and cramp there quite quickly. And if you do, straighten your leg as quick as you can and flex your foot. Otherwise, go for it. All these little add-ons are called progressions. So what happens is with every Pilates move, there is the basic level, and then you can make modifications for people with injuries, which we do, and then you can progress. And each progression is like a new grade. And you get a little, I don't know, gold star. There we are. Done it. Well done. Down you come. Hug one knee into your chest and your other knee into the chest and roll around on your spine. Ah, that's lovely. Well, you've probably got two more exercises and then we're on to the stretches. These exercises now are on your front in box position. So, come over to one side. Use those nice strong arm muscles and shoulder muscles to come up. And we go into a box. I've got a message. Come on. Oh, hello. Gosh, I've got loads of people here today. Okay. Remember we talked about wrists earlier when we were doing this. We're just going to do a quick one now for the wrists. So this is box position. Okay. I have a completely flat back. So let's do a cow. A cow is where you're allowed to drop your belly towards the floor, but you still keep your core engaged. You're not relaxing your belly, you're just dropping it and arching your back and looking up. Now go back to that neutral spine because you need it. And now go back to cow stretch. Cow stretch is where you're really stretching your shoulders up to the ceiling, so you're getting a good stretch. Neutral spine, cow stretch. Neutral spine, cow stretch. Now go to your neutral spine. Now you know where it is. Your face is always looking at the floor, not up. And all you're going to do is move your whole body forward. So again, you're stretching that wrist joint. Don't overdo it. If you have no movement there, it really doesn't matter. But the idea is just to put the weight on the hands and get that stretch in the wrist. Keep the core engaged, shoulders are down and back. Okay. That's something you can practice loads and loads. Now just shake them off, like doing your wrists like this. Shake them off. Okay. So we do another one for the shoulder, which is called Superman. So those of you who know what I'm talking about can get on with it. Superman, I'll do it from the front first. I'm in that box position that we've just learnt. Face is looking at the floor. I'm going to inhale, and as I exhale, I'm lifting one arm as high as I can, and I'm very lucky I can get it to my ear. And then I'm bringing it down on the breath. And then I'm swapping sides. And as I swap sides, notice how the weight shifts from one knee to the other. And then back down. Now, if you're new to my class, I suggest you carry on doing that. Okay? But I know a lot of you are not new to my class, so you can actually take your leg at the same time. Now, if I show you from the front, the leg is going out. It's not going to the side. And you see how I leant over there? We want to keep this thigh straight up. So that's where I should be. Not here, but here. Okay? And then if you have got the band, you can do just the arms, and I'm going to then do them all on the same side. So to make it more difficult, I can bring that arm up and down. And up. And again, the shorter the band, the harder it is. So from the side, that looks like that. So how many exercises have we got going on there then? We could be doing so many different things. So as long as you can do this at this speed, so you're not going up and down, you're taking it up and bringing it back. Taking it up and bringing it back. Now you could also be doing this. Of course, you can't swap sides every time. So I'm going to do a couple more on this side. And by gum, that shoulder's worked hard there. And then I swap to the other side. Get my box position first, shoulders down and back. A bit shorter. How you doing? Oh, God, sit down. So that wrist's getting a workout again, isn't it? So I'm going to do 4 more here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Superb. Well done. Is everybody else aching now? Okay, we'll sneak this. And having looked at the time, you'll be very pleased to know we're now going to stretch. We've got lots of nice stretches. This is the first one. And did you know that I've already burned 224 calories? Which isn't bad really, considering I haven't stressed my heart rate at all. My heart rate's still only 90. I've managed to burn those calories, and I have worked most of my body, but we did concentrate on the shoulders. There we go. Right, shake the wrists off, they need it. So shake them that way, and that way, and that way, and that way. Now we need to stretch the shoulders off by doing shoulder circles again. And the other way. and fling them side to side. That's nice. So here, when I get to here, I feel a nice stretch here. And when I come down here, feel a nice stretch here. Now we're going to go off to the side. Now those of you with bad backs, really be careful here. I'm going to stand up for this one, I prefer it. So I'm just swinging, swinging. So if you've got any requests for next week, if you've got any particular ailments and you want to work on those, knees or hips or feet or legs or whatever you prefer, give me a call, well, a text. All right, now we're going to stretch the shoulders with static stretches. And these stretches at the end are called developmental stretches, and we hold them. So I'm going to link my fingers, turn them inside out, and take them up as high as I can to the ceiling without losing that neutral spine. So I know a lot of you might only get to here, but the further you can go, so do your stretch. Once you're at your mild tension only, no pain, stay there. And we're going to breathe. Mild tension only. And when you feel all the muscles relax, then on the out breath, just go that centimetre further. Rest when you need to. If you need to, bring your arms down. Brilliant. And bring them down. Now we're going to stretch behind. So we clasp the fingers behind the bum, and then we're going to fold ourselves in half around the spine. And that's stretching all the front and your chest, which we've used a lot. And hold it there. And some of you are quite supple, and you'll be able to lift your hands a little bit. But don't lift your hands if you're going to be going like that. That's counterproductive. So it's what you can do without any pain, without any movement anywhere else. Otherwise, you're stretching something else. And I do see some funny faces when people are going like that. And relax it down. Now we need to stretch out the bingo wings and the front of the chest. So you take the arm up, put your finger on the elbow so you don't move it, and drop the hand down. So it just relax down like that. And then you can put a little bit of pressure, tiny bit of pressure there. So now I've got a nice stretch in my bingo wing and under my armpit. But it doesn't hurt, remember. And relax it down. Same the other side, of course. We'll stretch it up. Fingertip on your elbow, drop the back in back. Now this is the side that's tighter, so I've already got a stretch there. So I'm not pulling it or anything. I'm just holding it there. And breathe. Now I have been asked for some back stretches, so we're going to do some back stretches after this by going down onto the floor. And again, they mustn't hurt. So if anything hurts, stop doing it and don't force anything, okay? And relax it down. So if you go back onto the floor, I should go this way to show you. Lying with your feet out, legs out straight. Bring one knee up to your chest and hug it tight, tight, tight to your chest. Tight, tight, tight. Now the reason I've stayed this way, you've got both hips on the floor, haven't you? I want you to keep both hips on the floor, but take this arm out and just gently ease that leg across until you feel a stretch in that bum and outer thigh without lifting the hip off the floor. We'll do that in a minute. So I've got a nice stretch. So those of you with sciatica type pain in the bum here, we're now stretching that piriformis muscle. Now, if you want to, as long as it doesn't hurt, you've got to look after yourself. If you want to now, you can take that knee all the way over so you're getting a spine twist. Stop before it hurts and relax. So you put both arms out and relax. We're here for a while. Deep breaths. So this is a stretch you could do while you're watching telly in the advert break. Anybody else watching Death in Paradise? Oh! Okay, now to come out of it, you just bring that hip back, bring the knee back up to the ceiling, and swap them over. So I'm going to show you from the side now. So I bring that knee in. I don't pull it so far in that I have to pelvic tilt. That's defeating the object again. You're overdoing it. So as long as you can keep that leg straight and the bum on the floor, then you bring it in as far as you can without any pain. And now, leaving that hip on the floor, just take the knee across. And on the exhale, as it eases off, you might be able to go a bit further. Everything else is relaxing. Now, if you want to, and if you haven't got a bad back that's going to hurt, you can now lift the hip off the floor, take the knee towards the floor, and relax. Relax, relax, relax. Not showing off or anything, but we see my board behind. I'm hoping to go out Saturday or Sunday. So you should still be relaxed. And then gently bring the hip back to the floor. And then bring the knee back. And then hug the other leg in as well and roll around on your spine. So you've had a nice spine twist and everything there. Right, we're now going to do the keyhole stretch. So I've got both knees on the floor. Cross one leg over the other knee. And push the knee away. I always get help, don't I? Don't know how I'd manage without the helpers. Push the knee away gently to open the hip up. And then relax. Now we're going to take the hands and lift the head and shoulders, and at the same time lift that foot off the floor to grab the back of the thigh. And pull the back of the thigh in. So what that's doing now is really stretching that hip and bum, and then you can relax down. And if you feel able to multitask, you can straighten that bottom leg, and then you're getting a hamstring stretch as well. So now I'm getting a stretch all down my hamstring and my calf, flexing my feet. I'm getting a stretch on the outside of this thigh, on this bum. Bring the leg down first, uncross the ankle, replace it to the floor, same the other side. Cross the ankle over, push away gently, looking after yourself. So my heart rate's come back down to 69 now. Okay, release it, take the hands through. Lift the leg a little bit, grab the back of the thigh, and now my elbow's pushing my knee out, and I can relax down. You might not be able to relax down. If you can't bring the leg in enough, it doesn't matter because it's your stretch. And then if you want to, you can straighten that leg to also do the back of the leg. And breathe. Again, anybody who suffers with sciatica, which is where the sciatic nerve comes out of your back and then it comes down here somewhere, around here, and it comes down the leg. If you're suffering with that sort of pain, this is the really good stretch for you. And then bring the leg down and relax. Wiggle around, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, you do another back stretch now, but come over onto one side, push yourself up, and one of the best back stretches is Cobra. So we're down on our elbows, hips are on the floor. I always stay looking at the floor, And then I grow out of it, and now I'm getting a really good stretch in my spine. My feet are together. Got another message. And some of you have really supple backs. So anybody with a bad back, you might just be here. But if you haven't got a bad back, or as some of you are recovering very, very well, you might be here. And some of you might be here. As long as you haven't got your shoulders around your ears, that's fine. So you have to do your cobra for your body and your back. And it should be relaxing. It shouldn't be hurting. You should still be able to smile. Not going like, oh, hurry up. And then bring it down. And then use your nice strong shoulders to push your bum back into child pose. Stretch your back the other way. Anybody here got the hatha jab yet? And then come back up onto your knees, and we're going to do a few rounds again of that cat-cow stretch. So cat stretch, angry cat up here, into neutral spine, into cow stretch. Again, this is brilliant for your back. Keep that movement going. Okay, we need to come back up to standing. Best way to do that from here is to bring the hands back, and so you're in a crouch. In your crouch position, my heels are off the floor, and I'm crouching down, but I'm keeping my back straight. If you leave your hands on the floor, start to straighten your legs until you get mild tension, and you're easing your heels back to the floor. Most people probably get to here. Now you put your hands on your thighs to help you, or you go straight, put your hands on your thighs to help, and now we rebuild the spine one vertebrae at a time until we're back to our starting position, which is our perfectly set up body ready for life. So inhale and exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale onto your toes, walk around, give it a wiggle. Last one, exhale, and you are done. Thank you so much. It's been lovely, and I needed that after the day I've had. If you, I'm going to put this onto YouTube either tonight, but it might take a long time looking at our internet connection. So if you know anybody that was trying to find me on Facebook, send them to this, which will be on my IGTV, or send them to YouTube. I will then copy it onto Facebook, but that will definitely be tomorrow. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's all free. There are loads of it. Every single Thursday Night Live that I've ever done since the very first lockdown, they're all on there. As long as you look after yourself, do them. Enjoy it. And thank you very much. See you next week. Bye.